and groups featured in this program. The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect that of WPDE ABC 15, WWMB CW21, or its employees.
You're watching Carolina and Company Live, your source for fun, entertainment, and events. With your hosts, Cecil Chandler and Amanda Sellers. If it's happening in the area, it's on Carolina and Company Live.
All right, it is a Tuesday. Welcome to Carolina and Company Live. The week getting rolling still, almost to Wednesday, and then it's all good from there.
It's been a great week, though. I'm talking about beautiful weather, the kind of weather you can't plan it to be this good.
I'm telling you, we sat outside last night, grilled out a little bit, and it was beautiful. It wasn't even hot. It was a nice, cool breeze. Absolutely beautiful. So speaking of weather, we're going to find out what's coming up in the next few days. Zach?
Well, we are very warm at this hour, 88 over there in Sumter, 86 Florence, Darlington, Johnsonville, and Georgetown, 83 from North Myrtle out through Myrtle Beach as well. But our dew points, that's the big sticking point. It's not necessarily the temperatures. We're rolling into May and June. You expect the 80s now. But the dew points, when you see these numbers in the 60s and 70s, lasting into the afternoon hours, no longer as just being a morning thing, that's when it becomes kind of oppressive outside. You can't be outside for long periods of time without starting to feel like you're going to sweat it all out. Coming from the southwest to northeast, that's the jet stream. That's where our storm system is. Back out through Colorado, yeah, that's still mountain snows. Actually, not necessarily mountain snows anymore. Denver picking up about 3 inches today, and it is nearing the end of May. For now, the south and east, though, really on that demarcation line of high pressure, and that area of high pressure is keeping us very dry as well. Plenty of sinking air, plenty of dry air in the mid and upper levels. The combination of sinking air and dry air means sunny skies, but there is a little bit of a cold front which is directly above our heads, and in fact you can kind of notice that on our map here. You notice these north winds, and then all of a sudden they change out of the south. We do have this frontal boundary. It's a very weak front, the tail end of a cold front with a departing area of low pressure from the north and east. That cold front may bump in with the sea breeze today and generate just a few isolated showers along the coastline of Horry and Georgetown counties later on this afternoon, let's say after the 2 o'clock hour and lasting through 6 or 7. I do think this model is overdoing it, but I don't think that it's underdoing it. I think overall, maybe 1 or 2 showers or maybe even a thunderstorm is possible today before all of that rain is good and gone. Overnight tonight, temperatures down into the 70s for lows, not 60s necessarily. And then we're going to watch a little bit of a cloud layer come on shore. Notice that is an onshore wind tomorrow out of the north and east, and that will bring in a few clouds in the morning, leading to partly cloudy skies in the afternoon, but we're going to be dry. So today's forecast, 86 at the beach, 91 inland, partly cloudy to mostly sunny. Mostly sunny inland, partly cloudy with that isolated coastal shower later on this afternoon. And then as we talk about subtropical storm, which is now a depression, Andrea, this is actually headed out towards Bermuda. No longer need to be concerned about that. It's essentially on life support, and it's basically going to be done just as quickly as Andrea formed. Andrea's basically going to be done. High pressure Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, basically for the next 10 days. 92 Memorial Day, 99 inland.
That's the kind of weather I like. We are all good. Starting with our lineup for today, of course, our Hollywood Minute, and then, oh boy, the joke of the day. You never know what they've come up with. Then, of course, rolling right into our video of the day.
And don't forget the celebrity birthdays. Everybody wants to know when their favorite celebrity's having a birthday. We're going to tell you about it today. Plus, our guest today, we're going to be talking about the new season coming over to Conway, of course, to
the Theater of the Republic.
And we're going to be talking also about, let's see, Pet of the Days here.
They sure are.
So that's a couple of things.
That's right. We're talking about stroke and heart attack, some awareness, maybe some new regulations and guidelines. We have somebody here to talk to us about that, as well as Teen Prevention or Awareness Prevention Month is upon us. We're going to talk about the statistics and how they've actually gone down and decreased in South Carolina. All that and more after your Hollywood Minute.
That's familiar to me.
7 years after Whitney Houston's death, her music lives on. According to the New York Times, Houston's estate has made a deal for a hologram tour featuring her original backing band, as well as an album of previously unreleased material, a Broadway musical, and more. Her executor, Pat Houston, tells the Times it's all about reclaiming Whitney's legacy.
No race was ever won in the first corner, but many have been lost there. I should know. I was born to be a race car driver, but there's only one problem. That's not me. That's me.
Here's your first look at Milo Ventimiglia and Enzo, voiced by Kevin Costner in The Art of Racing in the Rain, based on the best-selling novel. From the racetrack to falling in love and starting a family, Enzo never leaves his best friend's side. The Art of Racing in the Rain opens August 9th.
Take a shot whenever June eats food off a stranger's plate, which happens a lot.
I get hungry.
Yeah.
I have low blood sugar.
Gross.
Do shots with the ladies of Long Shot. Charlize Theron and June Diane Raphael star in the latest Omaze charity sweepstakes. The winner and a friend will be flown to L.A. for a night of karaoke, selfies, and, yes, shots with the actresses. Flights and 4-star hotel included. Donations go to the National Domestic Workers Alliance and Theron's Africa Outreach Project. Details at omaze.com/longshot. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Hey, my name is Keith, and this is the joke of the day. All right, so Cecil walks into a room holding 13 apples in one hand and 10 oranges in another. What does he have?
I don't know.
Big hands.
Okay, the joke of the day on Tuesdays, it's getting to be pretty cool. All right, let's find out a little bit now. Sesame Street is introducing a new puppet to highlight foster families. Now, the new character is named Carly, and Carly is a yellow-haired friend of Elmo's who introduces viewers to the concept of foster care.
Really cool. In one clip, Carly's foster mom explains that Carly's mother is having a hard time, and they're taking care of her temporarily. Carly's introduction comes during National Foster Care Month, which takes place every May. So a new Muppet, Carly, watch for her on Sesame Street. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Doing something that's great. Okay, today's Tuesday, and it's May 21st, and this is Neighbor Day. Make sure you speak to your neighbor. A lot of people don't even know their neighbors, and that's sad.
That's right.
I know it.
Or they don't want to.
Maybe they don't want to know their neighbors.
Anyway, it's now also National Bike to Work Day, which I did not do.
I did. Birthday today, 1952. Mr. T, there he is. The man's got more gold around his neck than the gold store. 67 years old, TV fame, the A-Team. And he was the tough boxer in Rocky III. And listen to this now, he was once a bodyguard for Diana Ross.
How about that? 1980, I think, goatee, is that correct?
Yeah, I think that's
right. All
right.
right, 39 years old singer hit single Somebody That I Used to Know went to #1 and won numerous Grammys. It was inspired when someone gave him old records when he was young. How about that?
1981, Josh Hamilton, he's 38 years old. And 2010 won the American League MVP player with Texas Rangers and in the World Series in 2010 and 2011.
All right, today in history, let's go back. 1959, the musical Gypsy opened on Broadway.
And in 1980, the movie The Empire Strikes Back was released. They had it on TV over the weekend.
Did they?
Yes, sir, celebrating all those years. All right, let's find out from the Know-It-All department today. Okay, all of you people who watch your weight, did you know, listen to this now, did you know that a lack of sleep can cause weight gain of 2 pounds a week?
Absolutely.
So if you lose sleep, you're going to gain 2 pounds a week.
That's very, very true. When people don't sleep enough, their body doesn't have time to reset, and they can actually become, overweight.
Well, I want you to know I'm going to bed at 8 o'clock tonight. That's it from the Know-It-All department today. We got a great show lined up, some fun stuff. We'll be right back.
Every Tuesday, we look forward to seeing who the Grand Strand Humane Society is going to bring for a visit.
That's right. Kathy's here, and this is Michelle.
Michelle, my belle.
Look how sweet she
is.
is.
Look at real calm. And now, where did Michelle come from?
She was actually transferred to us from another shelter. She was actually out of time. So she's actually much better off with us. So.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, out of time for a dog who looks so, I mean, she's great.
And she's perfect. I mean, she's the perfect size. She's only like, what, 30 pounds?
Yeah.
She's great in the car. Gets along well with other dogs. Seems to love everybody. Yeah, I mean, she's so cute. She's got the little curly tail.
She's very cute. How old do we think Michelle is?
Probably around 3.
Okay.
Yeah, and she looks kind of like either a Spitz or some kind of like a Shiba Inu or whatever they call that fancy
Well, it's great for somebody that's not looking for a real energetic dog.
Oh, yeah.
This is a dog that's real calm. She loves everybody.
She does.
Yeah, and
I love her.
Yeah, she's great. Hopefully she will. Watch out, Kathy. You might go on with another one.
You don't need another one.
I need dog number 6, right? There you go.
Yeah, right. Talk about Grand Strand Humane Society. I was actually up that way this past weekend. Saw that you guys were open. It was the weekend, which is great. Really Tell us a little bit about what you've got coming up.
Well, we've got 2 events coming up. Actually, Thursday, we're going to be at the Sneaky Beagle, which is I guess it's a rather new restaurant that's opening. It's opened up in Carolina Forest. We'll be there from 5 to 8, dog friendly. So we'll have a little adoption event there, and I'm sure Miss Michelle will be there if she hasn't gone home by that time. And then we'll also, on this coming weekend, this coming Saturday, we'll be back at Orvis and Market Common from 12 to 3.
All right,
so,
you guys.
A lot of restaurants are becoming dog-free now. They're bringing, it's so neat to bring them in.
It should be that way. All restaurants, at least outside. Right?
At least outside. That's right. Yeah.
All right, you need volunteers. You need
always.
What else?
We need definitely volunteers. We need fosters. We need adopters. We need money. We need donations. Actually, we're pretty set as far as blankets and towels and stuff like that. But we could always use food.
And money donations pay for heartworm medicine, that kind of stuff.
Definitely, yeah. Heartworm's always a problem, so yeah.
But
thanks, Kathy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Michelle, thanks for being on the show with us.
She's so cute.
Isn't she wonderful?
She's going home for sure. I love it. Stick around. We've got more coming up.
All right, the medical industry has come out with some new guidelines for stroke. Some things have changed now. You need to listen to this. And Jane's with us from CMC.
That's right. My hospital, right?
Yep, my hospital.
Yeah, I like that, right? That's a little plug for you. Talking about stroke, you are a nurse. When someone has a stroke or there's symptoms of a stroke, you said there's guidelines now that happen before the person actually has a stroke, something about an aspirin. Tell me about that.
The new guidelines just recently came out, and they advise to avoid taking a daily aspirin unless your physician advises it. Okay. Now, of course, if your physician's already started you on an aspirin, you never stop taking that.
Okay, so that they're doing that because they see that there may be signs that you could have a stroke in the future, or they're trying to prevent it?
What they're looking at is risk and benefits. They're thinking that if you don't have any of those risks, it may not be beneficial to you. So that's a discussion you would need to have with your physician.
Fantastic.
All right, now in 2017, it said 2,700 strokes in South Carolina.
Whoa.
Right, stroke deaths.
Stroke deaths, okay.
Deaths.
That's not just strokes. I mean, my father-in-law had a stroke just probably about 3 or 4 months ago. He's doing okay now, but it was tough for a while.
Right. In South Carolina, in 2017, we were the 6th leading stroke death state in the nation.
Okay, why is this?
Yeah.
Why? Tell me some factors.
Some of the risk factors are smoking. If you're smoking, you need to stop smoking. In South Carolina, 68%, 2 out of every 3 people over the age of 18 are actually considered overweight. So you need to get with your physician and come up with a healthy diet plan.
Okay. What about diabetes?
Sleep.
Okay.
You need 7 to 8 hours of sleep, uninterrupted sleep a night. And that's some new guidelines that just came out the first of the year also regarding sleep with American Heart Association.
So I'm getting enough sleep right now. I do that. I get that.
You do that? Great.
I do.
Great, Cecil.
We'll work on the diet. We'll work on the diet in a little while.
There's another thing. 800,000 people die from strokes every year in this country. Isn't that right?
800,000 people have a stroke, each year.
Wow.
Okay.
That's way too many people.
That's still
way too many people.
What are some things we can do to prevent that? Regular doctor's appointments?
Regular doctor's appointments and exercise. if you're not currently exercising, you need to exercise about 30 minutes a day, at least 5 times a day. And that doesn't mean going to a gym lifting weights, but a good brisk walk to get your heart rate up.
Sure, 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and it can change your life, right?
Exactly. And some of the health risks, blood pressure, you want to be sure to stay on your blood pressure medications, cholesterol, diabetes.
Stay with it.
Stay with it.
Keep
And
your
make
check
sure
up.
regular doctor's appointment.
And be fast.
That's right.
Thank you.
All right, we got more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
All right, so May, the month of May is National Teen Pregnancy Prevention Awareness Month. We're talking right now about the teen birth rates have dropped tremendously, 70% since 1990. We'll talk a little bit about that and what we're doing as a society to prevent teen
That's right.
pregnancy.
Beth's with us now, and let's talk about that. We're dropping 70%.
That's great.
That is great. Now, what's the reason behind that, Beth?
I think I know.
Yeah, and I am Kim with the South Carolina Campaign to Prevent Teen Pregnancy. And we really are excited about the fact that our partners around the state, we really try to have a statewide network of support to make sure that young people have access to good information so that they can continue that progress.
That's what I was going to say. You know, it's honestly, this day and age, it's really about education. And I think that's the biggest thing that you guys are trying to.
Yes, because while we celebrate the 70% drop since the early 1990s, we also know that STI and HIV rates continue to increase for adolescents. And we really want to make sure that we use this time, again, not only to celebrate, but to make sure that parents, facilitators and educators and community leaders understand the importance of continuing to invest in this issue across the state.
Education is the most important part. When a young lady's getting older, she needs to be educated on what not and what to do.
Young men as well.
Yeah.
Let's not forget.
Well, that's true. Young men too.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Definitely, our goal is to make sure that young people across the board, across the age ranges, 15 to 24, understand these rates are increasing and their risk, so that they can continue to educate themselves and to feel comfortable talking to trusted adults, including their parents.
Absolutely. Are there some programs that that you guys are involved with that you can kind of shout out to that help do this?
Yeah, definitely in this area. Like I said, we are a statewide agency, but in this area, we definitely have funds that come into the state that allow us to work with great people like Wallace from A Father's Place and Family Outreach of Horry County. We also have a lot of awareness events that have been going on in the Florence area and Dillon area throughout this month and all throughout the year. And we just encourage anyone in the area to reach out to these groups to get more information about how they can help locally. And then they can go to our website at teenpregnancy.sc.org for information about our training.
I see all of that information
right
there. That
70%
website
drop. That's amazing.
It is great, but keep up the good work.
Okay,
you guys
thank
are doing
you so
great.
much. All right.
Thanks, Kim.
All
We
right, thank
appreciate
you.
it. All right, stick around. We've got more coming up.